Welcome to the Wednesday, December 8th meeting of the Oakland Mayor and Council. Roll call.
Mayor Schwager.
Here.
Councilman Bialy.
Here.
Councilman Kamala.
Here.
Councilman Pignatelli.
Here.
Councilman Slisinski.
Here.
Councilman Talamini absent. Councilman Vanna absent.
Any motions?
I move to excuse Councilman Grant Van Eck and Councilman Russell Talamini.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
At this time, please look at your cell phones. Kindly put them on mute and or vibrate. And I also ask that you please refrain from texting. It is discourteous, disruptive, and could be construed as a violation of the Open Public Meetings Act. So please stand for the pledge. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
That's my mediocre.
You may be seated. This meeting is being held in accordance with the Open Public Meetings Law, duly announced, advertised, and posted in the municipal building. The meeting will adjourn at 10 p.m. unless the majority of the council members that are present vote to extend the time. My report tonight is really a very, very, very big thank you to Public Events Committee, and first to Mame and her crew. I don't know if anybody's gone to Van Zorn Park in Paramus to Winter Wonderland. Mame and her crew decorated the Oakland tree. So thank you, Mame, for going there. And our volunteers adapt to everything. And this year, we had our annual tree and menorah lighting on Sunday night. Then everybody went to Valley Middle School. We could not remain and go into Valley Middle School because of all the rules and regulations of the schools. So the hot dog cart was outside. The food and snacks and hot chocolate and coffee were outside. And in the hallway was Santa rather than in the cafeteria or in the library. Santa was in the hallway for pictures, and the kids and everybody got a nice little goodie bag and gift wrap. And it was wonderful. Thank you, Chopper, and your committee. You did an outstanding job. Councilman Talamini was the master of ceremonies during the tree lighting, so thank you. I know Russ is sick at home, but Russ, thank you for being there on Sunday night. And
Probably why he's sick.
I didn't get sick.
He did.
I know. You're sick tonight. So I talked to Chopper because we're planning a special activity for next year, and don't want to talk about it yet in case it doesn't happen. But we're going to see about an additional activity during the holiday lighting ceremony, and we could not do any of this without all the help and all the work and the efforts of the DPW. So all the guys from DPW, thank you, thank you, thank you. And with that, open to the public.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone wish to speak? No?
We have one.
Oh, thank you.
Joseph Palanchar, 93 McNomie Street.
Oh, thank you.
And I go on Facebook every once in a while, and I've been hearing about a group home that was approved on Hickory.
A what?
A group home?
Oh, group home.
Group home.
I'm sorry.
the mask.
I can't hear. I can't speak around.
And another one I think is being proposed on Yapo. So we've got a couple being proposed or approved within about a mile, less than a mile of each other in the same dogwood section. So I was wondering if there's any sort of borough zoning limitation or state limitation on the number of group homes that could be within a specific, geographic area, maybe within a mile of each other. And I was also wondering, has anyone done any check into
Do you want to speak on that?
the track record of the company that's building this home in terms of safety, security, maintenance, And I guess a third one would be who will be in these homes. You know, is it mental or physical disabilities, drug addiction services, and what have you. So there's a lot of questions there because I really don't have any background on the situation at
And
all.
we're going to give you the answers because our attorney said he would speak on this.
Okay.
Unfortunately, sir, there are no limitations. Under the municipal land use law, if a facility qualifies as a appropriate community residence, and it could be anything, it could be physical or mental disabilities, it could also be for alcohol or drug rehabilitation, those are deemed permitted in all residential zones of a municipality. However, the zoning officer's job is to find out that they actually do qualify. They would have to be registered, and hopefully, in that diligence, will address those questions that you raised. Most of these facilities do have a track record, but unfortunately, there's no limitation as to when they come into communities. We've seen a lot more, not only in Oakland, but in a number of surrounding communities, because the funding is out there for these group-type homes to expand. The ones, when they come before the council, they're coming not for an approval, but for consent to some type of funding. The one that you just referred to, there was additional information requested. I'll defer to the administrator, but I don't believe that additional information was provided. Rich, am I correct?
Are we talking about 14 Hickory?
Yes.
Right, well, what was asked was that
16 Hickory?
the surrounding
Oh, sorry.
residents be notified and be made aware of the plans. So that was done by the developer. Everybody within 200 feet, the same as a land use application, were notified. They were sent a letter along with the presentation, given the contact information for the development company if they had any questions. So that request was fulfilled, and they provided documentation to that effect as well.
But they still have to go before the planning board for site plan review, though.
They would still need to go before, I think in the case of 14
Like
Hickory, I think they
Jasper?
were looking for certain variances, so they would go before the zoning board. But yes, regardless of the council's action, if it were to move forward, they would be reviewed by the zoning board.
But the group home on Hickory came to us to write an endorsement for them to apply for a grant.
Correct.
We didn't do anything.
Correct.
Correct, you wanted to defer action until the surrounding residents were notified, and then you wanted it brought back. So since we received that notification, we'll bring that back at the next meeting.
All they did was come to us to endorse, to give them an endorsement so they could apply for the grant.
Okay. And as far as, well, I guess the zoning board will look at the setbacks because it's a very narrow lot, and I don't know how you're going to get
You're
anything
talking about
on it.
Hickory, not Joe.
Hickory. So what is the timeline at this point for the next step in this whole process?
Are we listing this again, Rich, or?
For the next meeting,
I thought
next meeting.
not January?
we can do it in January,
We do it in
if
January.
everybody prefers.
Why don't we do it in January?
Mayor,
Yes.
may I make a suggestion? Kind of the way we handled the property up on Iroquois Avenue. At that point, we did get one of the members, or the people that were managing the group home. And we had a meeting where we actually brought them out to talk to the residents, and the residents had an opportunity to go visit the same type of group home to really understand what this is about, because I know there's a lot of fear and trepidation, and I had the same issue on the one on Iroquois, understanding what this is all about. I'm just wondering if maybe we could facilitate a meeting with one of the principals to come and actually meet
Right.
with these residents.
I think that everyone who was in the area, I didn't bring it, I thought I had it.
We
with
got
me.
letters today.
Didn't you receive something from them?
We got a letter today.
You didn't get a packet?
No, it was a package, well, the package, I meant to say it.
Yeah.
I already had the back, all it was new was the front, the heading on it. I had the rest of the information already.
Oh, okay. Well, we're going to delay this until January, and this gives everybody time. We'll figure out.
I know,
what it is.
she read it.
This. You got that
That's
packet?
the one, but that's what we got from the
Just
city the other day.
14.
But the letter that they sent us was different.
Oh, but you didn't get this? The packet?
That was stapled together.
Yeah,
I already had that.
Okay.
So the timeline is the council will consider a grant.
No, we're not considering a grant. What they want us to do is endorse them to apply for a grant.
Actually, they've already applied for it. This is just
Right, they
part of
want
the
us to endorse.
application process.
Do they own the property?
I don't know, did they buy
No,
it
because
yet?
the
It might be,
brothers
might
still
be
own the property.
conditional, it might be a conditional contract. Did they buy it?
Yeah, the brothers still
Not that I'm
own it.
aware of.
From the Bowmans?
Yeah, he still owns the property. That's what I'm trying to figure. You're giving, I'm sorry, I shouldn't be talking. He's up there.
No, I don't know if there's a contract on the property.
I don't know. I pass it every day, but I'm not sure. But, so once the council decides to endorse it or not endorse it, then it goes to the zoning board?
No. No, we're not endorsing or not endorsing. All they came to us was to endorse for them to apply for a grant. That's all they asked us to
Okay.
do. We didn't do anything.
Okay.
But we did say they had to notify all the affected residents,
Okay.
you know, in the immediate area.
And when might it come up before the zoning board? That's the
It won't come up
correct
for the zoning board for a while because it hasn't come before us yet.
word. Oh, okay.
So I said
So
we'll delay
sometime
until
next year,
January.
Early part of next year.
January.
Okay, and what's the name of the company that is? Because I'd like to look.
Nouvelle LLC.
No, Nouvelle LLC.
That's the developer, and the company or the nonprofit that will be running the facility is Children Aid and Family Services.
I'm sorry, could you repeat that?
Sure, I believe the organization that would be running the facility that we're constructing is Children's Aid and Family Services.
So it sounds like it would be a group home for disabled children.
No, it's actually,
I thought it was
they're
adults.
proposing for a home for 4 disabled adults.
Did you ever get this packet?
Oh, I'm not within 200 feet.
No, all right, so come to my law office, I'll get you the packet.
I got some in the car.
Are you have more?
I know, he lives up the block from me.
Oh, okay, otherwise, I'll
I didn't
get you a
recognize
copy of my
him.
office.
Oh,
Yeah?
okay, thank you.
Anyone else?
Mayor, is it
Hi,
permissible to talk about?
absolutely, but we have to give us your name and your address.
Malloy, 21 Hickory Drive.
You're right there.
I was here, I guess,
2 weeks ago.
previous meeting,
It was a couple of meetings ago.
and I just want to indicate that I hope I didn't send out the wrong message. I'm not against group homes, but I am against a group home in this area. And I'm getting more confused each day goes by because you hear all different tidbits. My personal opinion, from what I gather, I think this is a family feud going on. I don't know if anybody knows about it,
The Bowmans.
but I'm close to it, and it appears that the certain party took the parcel of land, subdivided. Wayne is, I just found out this morning, the property is still under Wayne Bowman. Now, well, I'm using language, I think he was ticked off, and there's a family feud going on. How the group home got involved in this, I don't know. I don't know.
He must have listed the property for sale, but isn't it an undersized
Yeah.
property?
But I personally don't,
I thought it was an undersized property.
I personally don't think, you know, I'm not an expert, I don't think that facility belongs where it is. I appreciate someone saying, well, we need group homes, and I don't know who, well, you all know it, about a month and a half ago, Oakland distributed a piece in the paper with homes that are up for sale for non-payment. There's properties, and I didn't do any checking, but I'm sure there must be facilities that can accept or put this home in place. What they're doing is, they're disturbing people that have moved, and I've been there, 64 years. Moved to Oakland, enjoyed the landscape, try to keep our homes up,
And this facility, not that, again, not that I'm knowing too much, but a group home, in my opinion, that's only my opinion, is similar to a business. It's 24/7, there's going to be quite a bit of activity, and I don't think the lot can handle it. The other thing is, it's speculation, but if you have 4 bedrooms, there's a possibility of 2 people in each room. Possible?
I
He already
don't,
No, I
indicated
mean-
it's only gonna be one in each room. The fellow that was here representing the developer indicated that there would be only one resident in each room.
All right, so then that's 4, possibly 4. So that means there's going to be 4 vehicles, you're going to have service vehicles, the place has to be maintained, and the driveway, I live diagonally across, I don't think it can justify the amount of traffic with it.
I don't think each resident has a car.
No.
How do we know?
Well,
We don't know.
Can I add something?
No, I mean,
I
Wait a
think
minute,
we're,
our attorney wants to
I
add
think we're all
something.
speculating here what this is. We won't know till actually there's an
well,
application.
that's true, but it's nice,
Well,
it's good to
if
talk
I
about
could-
it.
If I could finish, there will be an application to the Board of Adjustment because this lot is undersized.
That's what I
All
thought we had
that,
to
all
decide.
that information will have to be revealed to the Board of Adjustment, and they'll have to make a determination. That will be the impact, the numbers, the use, whether there is 24-hour, whether there is a caretaker, all that will come out. I mean,
Yeah, but I mean, just talking about it, it's quite evident that it's going to have to be maintained.
but I guess the point that I'm making, this governing body could only evaluate whether it wants to endorse the grant application that they want to make. It's deemed a permitted use, they will need to go to the Board of Adjustment, and the Board of Adjustment will have to make that determination.
Maybe I'm jumping the gun, but I don't, my opinion, I don't think this project should ever be presented before the board. It should have been nipped in the bud. I'm very disappointed how they handled it. I don't think it's not that I'm against it, but I don't think it belongs where it is. If somebody is interested in a group home, how come they picked out this spot? Here's a spot, a small spot to begin with. I see there's a lot of questions unanswered.
I don't
And
know
thi-
why
and
they
this is
picked
why I'm,
that particular lot.
a little leery of it. And the people along Hickory Drive, Winter Street, McDomie, these people, I mean, I don't think it's fair to them. That they're penalizing a large amount of people because of this few, you know. And again, a lot of people, well, I'm speaking for myself, nobody else is going to speak. A group home, no bad feelings toward them. These people are transit people. There's no guarantee they're going to stay there, they be in and out. So in other words, it's like a business. And we're bringing a business into an area that's single dwelling homes. And I think it's very, very unfair. And I'm very upset about it, but I think the people who knew about this should hold their head in shame for letting this go the way it is. You got people not only ticked off, again, it's not proper. I don't think it's proper. That's my opinion.
And we want to hear your opinion.
All right, thank you for
And
listening.
thank you for coming in
Okay,
and telling us.
Thank you.
Did you want to speak, sir?
I'm okay.
You're okay? Did you want to speak?
You know what, I will. Just have a question. And pertaining to this, Todd Horn, 82 Manitou Ave. I think when they came the first time... 82 Manitou.
Okay.
I think when they came the first time, somebody had mentioned that they won't be responsible for taxes. I don't know if that's true
In a
or not
group
true.
home.
I'm sorry?
In a group home?
In a group home, yeah.
Okay.
So I was just wondering, if that's true, then what happens to
You know
that
what
income that
happens.
the town... I'm sorry?
You know what happened.
pilot program, you know that.
Brian?
Yeah, I mean, if it's for a nonprofit exempt use, they could apply for an exemption. Typically, if they are getting some form of funding, they may request a payment in lieu of tax agreement, which would be required for the funding, where they will make payments to the municipality, but there's no guarantee that will happen. If it is removed from the rolls, the taxes that would have been collected are spread amongst all the other taxpayers.
Okay, that's what I was asking. Thank you.
Anyone else? Charlie?
Motion to close?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
We have minutes from the November 23rd, 2021 committee meeting.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? Roll call.
Councilman Bialy.
Yes.
Councilman Kamala.
Yes.
Councilman Pignatelli.
Yes.
Councilman Slifzinski.
Yes.
We have minutes from the executive session of November 23rd. If there's going to be any discussion, it must be done during executive session.
So moved.
Second.
Will there be any discussion? Roll call.
Councilman Bialy.
Yes.
Councilman Kamala.
Yes.
Councilman Pignatelli.
Yes.
Councilman Slifzinski.
Yes.
We have resolutions. We'll do as consent agenda because we've discussed all of these things ahead of time. And then at the end, if anybody wants any pulled out, we'll pull them out and do those separately. Resolution 2330 is to authorize area in need of rehabilitation study. It's pursuant to its proposal dated November 16th, 2021 from Burgess Associates. It is the area in need of rehabilitation study along Rampart Valley Road between Franklin Avenue and Oak Street, not to exceed the sum of $11,000. 21-331, authorize engineer for construction inspection, Doty Road and Lakeview Terrace water main improvements. And it is a proposal by Boswell Engineering, submitted November 15th, 2021, for a fee not to exceed $34,500. CFO has certified funds are available, and Boswell Engineering has complied with the borough's open pay-to-play requirements. 21-332, authorize engineer for construction inspection Grandview and Mountain View Avenue, the water main improvements. And again, Boswell Engineering, proposal from November 15th, 2021, for a fee of the design phase and survey phase not to exceed $32,500. CFO has certified funds are available, and that is that. 21-333, resolution requesting permission for the dedication by rider for police honor guard uniform, dedicated donations as required by NJSA 40A:5-29, and that provides receipt of funds from gifts, bequests, and donations, and so it must be part of the budget, and that is what this resolution is about, to put this in the budget. 21-334 is to renew membership in the Bergen County Municipal Joint Insurance Fund. The membership terminates as of December 31st, 2021, unless earlier renewed by agreement between the municipality and the fund. And this resolution has that the municipality desires to renew said membership. 2335 is Chapter 159 NJUCF Stewardship Grants, and it is for revenue in the budget for any county or municipality that has that such item has been made available by law. Oakland has been awarded a community forestry stewardship grant. Someday we will get rid of these masks and I'll be able to speak again. Sorry. Has been awarded a community forestry stewardship grant in the amount of $21,787.50 for a borough tree inventory, and wishes to amend its 2021 budget to include this amount as revenue. 2336 is to authorize the CDBG grant submittal of $227,000 for water main replacement and road improvement project on River Road. 21337 is Chapter 159 Drive Sober or Get Pulled Over grant, and we were awarded a SAGE grant in the amount of $6,000 for the DWI patrols, and wishes to amend its 2021 budget to include this amount as revenue. 21338 is to authorize accrued time payout for Ms. Gayton, And she has accumulated sick days, vacation days, personal days, compensatory time, and Marisol Gate-Tam for accumulated amounts of $4,201.77. 21,339 is authorized refunds of recreation fees. The Amante family, $80 for rec soccer. O'Shaughnessy family, $58 for rec basketball. 21,340 is to agreement to install water service line. It deals with a service line on Pawnee Avenue. The resident at 70 Pawnee Avenue is leaking, the water line is leaking on his property, and the cost would be prohibited. So what is going to do, and a less costly alternative exists whereby the current service line that is connected to the borough's water main line on Iroquois would be disconnected, new service line would be connected, and Mr. Gerald Ebbio will pay the borough for the cost calculated at $12,895.59. 21,349 is to appoint clerk one for code enforcement. It is to, this resolution authorizes hiring Crystal Berkowitz as clerk one for code enforcement at a salary of $43,000 effective December 9, 2021, so that's tomorrow. 21,342 is authorized release of escrow funds in the amount of $130.53 excuse me, for Pizza Hut LLC. 21,343 is to authorize release of escrow funds. $18,807 remains in escrow, and this is for the Children's Therapy Center at 125 Bower Drive in Oakland. And 21,344 is authorized transfer between excuse me, budget appropriations. The current fund, construction code office supplies, $2,500 will go to the tax collector legal notices of $2,500. Do anyone wish to pull any out?
Mayor, can you pull out 331 and 332, please?
Yes.
And 320.
All right, so we have, everybody pull out 3, we'll do it in chronological order. 330, 331, and 332. Any others? Okay, we'll start with 330. Go ahead.
Yes, in my experience with applying for an area in need of rehabilitation, and we've come upon this several times over the course of the last 10 years. And usually, the consideration given is for a blighted area in an urban area. Very few times do I ever see it going to a suburban town, especially ours. I don't think ours would be considered in disrepair, but I don't think it would be considered blighted. But I just want everyone to know the chances of getting something for this would be, in my experience, would be not as fruitful as you would think it would be, and it wouldn't work as quickly, or it wouldn't fit Oakland like you think it might. So I just want to share that.
Anybody else want to comment?
And in all due respect, I know John has a lot of experience with this, but I read 2 articles recently of towns, and I think one was Ringwood. I mean, and the other one, I forget, in Bergen County. Unless we're talking about 2 different things, John. I know 2 other towns, in the past month, there are articles in the record about them doing this for certain sections of town. Paramus is doing it for the nurseries, to rezone the nurseries and get them rehabilitation. So, I mean, that's not an urban area either.
No, it's not, but usually you'll find that the funds will be directed towards urban areas where it's really a blighted area. You know, I've seen it be, areas be transformed into affordable housing areas next to a railroad. You know, where no one would build a residential building, but you see it right in Franklin Lakes, right next to the railroad.
These are 2 in Paramus. I mean, I know they're...
I'm just sharing experience.
Sure.
Does anybody want to make a motion for it or to oppose?
So moved.
Second.
To do what?
330.
To move it.
Move.
Second?
Yep, second.
Any other discussion? Roll call.
Councilman Bialy.
Yes.
Councilman Kamala.
Yes.
Councilman Pinuccelli.
Yes.
Councilman Slisinski.
Yes.
331, authorize engineer for construction inspection, Doty Road and Lakeview Terrace water main improvements.
Thank you, Mayor. It's just a quick typo in there. It says that it's for inspection of Doty Road, but if you look at the body in both of them, it says for design phase and survey phase, and that should just be struck because it's an inspection. That's it. 331 and 332, just change the language.
Okay, anybody else? All right, so that'll be part, you can amend the, okay. So for resolution 21331 with the amendment,
So moved.
Second.
roll call.
Councilman Bialy.
Yes.
Councilman Kamala.
Yes.
Councilman Pinuccelli.
Yes.
Councilman Slisinski.
Yes.
332 with the amendment.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? Roll call.
Councilman Bialy.
Yes.
Councilman Kamala.
Yes.
Councilman Pinuccelli.
Yes.
Councilman Slisinski.
Yes.
All other resolutions, that is 333, 334, 335, 336, 337, 338, 339, 340, 341, 342, 343, 344.
So moved.
Second.
Roll call.
Councilman Bialy.
Yes.
Councilman Kamala.
Yes.
Councilman Pinuccelli.
Yes.
Councilman Slisinski.
Yes.
All right, now we have introduction of ordinances. 21 Code 870 is to amend recreation fees. You all have the listing. Adult sports, baseball, basketball, rec and open camp, summer sports camps, mountain bike program, special needs football, special needs cheerleading, volleyball summer camp, volleyball youth program, TGA half-day sports camp, TGA full-day sports camp, TGA full-day third week, TGA cheerleading camp, TGA spring break half-day camp, TGA spring break full-day camp, lacrosse clinic, and HS, I assume is high school, lacrosse. We should be very proud of our recreation program that we offer all these sports. Is there a motion to introduce?
So moved.
Second.
Roll call.
Councilman Bialy.
Yes.
Councilman Kamala.
Yes.
Councilman Pinuccelli.
Yes.
Councilman Slisinski.
Yes.
Final hearing,
December 20th.
December 20th, 21, which is our next meeting. 21 Code 871 is to amend the water rates. This ordinance amending and supplementing Chapter 13, Section 10 of the Oakland Code entitled Fee Schedule and Section 13 entitled Charges and Fees. Motion?
So moved.
Second.
This is for introduction. Roll call.
Councilman Bialy.
Yes.
Councilman Kamala.
Yes.
Councilman Pinuccelli.
Yes.
Councilman Slisinski.
Yes.
Final hearing.
December 20th.
Ordinance 21-872, an ordinance to amend Chapter 8 Cannabis of the revised general ordinances of the Borough of Oakland pertaining to cannabis establishments authorized under the New Jersey Cannabis Regulatory Enforcement Assistance and Marketplace Modernization Act. Motion?
So moved.
Second.
Roll call.
Councilman Bialy.
Yes.
Councilman Kamala.
Yes.
Councilman Pinuccelli.
Yes.
Councilman Slisinski.
Yes.
21 Code 873, Cannabis Tax Ordinance. Oh,
So moved.
Second.
roll call.
Councilman Bialy.
Yes.
Councilman Kamala.
Yes.
Councilman Pinuccelli.
Yes.
Councilman Slisinski.
Yes.
Both of those will be December 20th.
December 20th. All of these ordinances can be found on our website, or right, on the website. So the final hearing will be on December 20th for each of those four ordinances. Work session items. The first one is the zoning board appeal. Do you want to discuss that? Do you want to bring that up? Work session.
I just have a suggestion on that. What I wanted to do was to make sure the governing body received all the information timely. So a few weeks ago, the borough clerk did distribute the record before the board. The transcripts were prepared as they were received. They were distributed to the governing body members.
Did everyone receive all 5 transcripts?
Yes. Well, I did.
Everybody? Anybody not receive all transcripts? You didn't receive it?
No, I did.
Oh,
So my suggestion would be as follows. Everyone should review the documentation that has been submitted. A hearing on the appeal should be scheduled for December 20th. I would also like to be authorized to send a letter to the appellant and the attorney for the applicant indicating that the appeal will be heard on that date, and if they would like to submit something in writing in support of their position, they do so by December 17th, and that the governing body considered the appeal based upon the record below. We are not going to be questioning anybody, nor will we entertain any argument on the appeal at all. That's my suggestion. It's consistent with the statute. Whatever the governing body does with the appeal, there would be an authorization for me to prepare a resolution memorializing that decision. That's the procedure I think we could follow. I do not believe that if everyone reviews the documents and the transcripts, that the appeal should take long to discuss and decide, because as I said, it's amongst the governing body and no one else. As I've indicated in the past, under the statute, the governing body can affirm the decision of the zoning board, reverse the decision of the zoning board, or modify the decision of the zoning board. I've indicated in the past that I do not see how the decision could be modified because it was a bifurcated application and this was solely a use variance. So the decision of the board allowed the use that was appealed. So that's my suggestion. We have until, I believe, the first week of January to make a determination. If a determination is not made by the first week of January, then it is determined that the board decision is affirmed.
I ask that everybody reads the transcripts. I ask that you read the resident's notice of appeal and whatever else documents you have so that you can make a decision based on the facts. It's de novo, so just like a municipal appeal. Is that correct, de novo?
That's correct. De novo means anew. You review the evidence and make a decision, but as I said, you do not consider other evidence.
So you don't question, we will not question Mr. Cassio?
No, we're not questioning Mr. Cassio, the appellant, Mr. Yakimic, or Mr. Lyden. It is all based upon what was stated on the record before the board.
Which is all in the transcript. These are actual transcripts that were paid for by the resident, and she got it out quickly. I give her credit, and thank you for doing it timely. The notice of appeal can be opened by any resident of town. You notify the borough clerk, right, by email. The open request for the notice of appeal. Can the transcripts be opened?
Yes, they are part of the record.
So anybody who wishes to read any of the transcripts from the zoning board, there are 5 packets. You can also open the transcripts so that you can read exactly what happened during those 5 hearings. Anybody have any questions on the board here? If you have any questions of Mr. Chakowski, our attorney.
I have many, but I'll wait till next meeting.
Okay, can the public speak?
No, this is the record. Public had the opportunity to speak before the board.
So during the open portion of the meeting,
I don't want to hear from the public at all regarding this appeal. This board's determination is based upon the record below. We should not entertain any comment from anybody.
okay, but if anybody who's watching tonight wishes to read the transcripts, wishes to read the notice of appeal from the resident, and I hesitate to use her name because I don't want her to, I don't have to mention her name, do I?
No, well, I mean,
No,
this is
that's fine.
part
Part
of
of the record. Please, Oprah, the transcripts and the notice of appeal so that you'll know what's going on at the next meeting when we discuss this in open session. Thank you, Mr. Chakowski. The next item is the 2022 contract with the Bergen County for Health Services.
Yes. Thank you, Mayor. Bergen County recently sent us a proposed shared service agreement for 2022. This is the second year of a one-year contract following a five-year contract. We're hopeful that next year it'll be a multi-year contract, but what they're proposing is just for next year. Contract is broken, as in the past, into three components. So I just want to kind of briefly explain them. You have health officer coverage, which covers essentially a lot of your, what you may want to consider the value-added type services, community disease surveillance, clinics and the like. Registered environmental health services, which are your food inspections, nuisance inspections, bathing facility inspections, and that sort of activity. And then all of the septic work that's required, plan reviews and inspections related to septic. Health officer services is going up a little bit. Health specialist services are going down by 8%, so overall on the fixed portion of the contract, it's a reduction of 3%. The septic services, the hourly rate increase is 2%. That's consistent with prior years, and the overall amount that we spend is solely determined on the amount of activity that's required in a given year. So, it's that component of it's a little bit variable, but is essentially covered by the fees charged by the health department. So we are recommending renewal for 2022.
Thank you. OCC bylaw revisions, that's Grant Van Eck. Do we want to,
Carry it.
what do you want to do? Do you want to table that?
I think it should be tabled, let Grant carry it.
Carry it till next meeting?
Yes. All in favor?
Well, what we're going to do for next meeting is we're going to have probably at least a dozen ordinances to adopt, as well as the hearing. We're not planning on having any workshop items for the last meeting of the year. We'll carry this until January, if that's all right.
Okay.
Okay.
And I also, I apologize to to Oakland Communications. They were there at the lighting, at the tree and menorah lighting, taking a video. So they were wonderful. Thank you back there. Thank you for being there. And we are, the shade tree ordinance revision will be tabled. Somebody?
Yeah, carry it till January.
All right, also because of Councilman Van Eck could not make it tonight. And with that, is there any new business? Old business?
Yes.
Yes.
Mr. Yukimik, I read in your report regarding the traffic study, I thought we were reconvening in November, but we didn't. We going to be reconvening shortly? You have a date yet?
Yes, no, I don't have a date yet. I'll work that out with Rich and yourself, and we'll set that up.
Thank you.
Any other old business? Council reports. Well, Mr. Yukimik, you're not a councilman, so I guess you don't give a report, so we'll start with Councilman.
Thank you, Mayor. The only thing I have is they did have a green team meeting last week, at the same time as our council meeting 2 weeks ago. I don't have a report from them yet. And also there's let me take this off. There's a planning board meeting tomorrow night, 7 p.m., talking about 637 Rampo Valley Road. They're going to be putting in a 3-unit subdivision. It was carried from the previous meeting. They're making some changes. So if anybody's interested in that piece of property, it'll be tomorrow night, 7 o'clock.
Thank you. At the Senior Center.
At Senior Center.
That's called the Carney Track, and it's
the
behind
Carney Track.
Thunderbird.
Correct.
Are you within 200?
I'm on Saratoga.
Yeah, but you're not with, that's not, nowhere near. Councilman?
Thank you, Mayor. For the senior citizens, there's going to be a podiatry clinic on Friday. There are still a couple of positions open, positions.
Positions? You want to be a podiatrist?
Assignments available. You're to call the office at the Senior Citizen Center if you like. It's no cost to the resident, but Medicare will be billed for the program.
What time? All day?
11 o'clock.
Senior Center.
Senior Center. Senior holiday party is tomorrow, Thursday, at 12 o'clock. We're going to have bagels and banking Tuesday, December 14th from Columbia Bank. There's also going to be a trial class for a new program called, which don't ask me what it is because I've never heard of it, Fusion Line Dancing on December the 15th.
Are you participating?
No.
Oh.
Bergen County Senior Services will have a program on the 16th on all the services that Bergen County Senior Services offers, and pizza will be served, and that's at 1:30. Final program at the senior is going to be December 30th, which is a throwback Price is Right program. They're going to have a show with prizes, and it's a throwback to questions from 1972. If you'd like to participate, please call the office. The Environmental Commission will be meeting on December the 14th, and that's it, Mayor, thank you.
Thank you. Councilman Bialy?
Yes, Patriots Way Bridge is the DPW report. The bridge remains safe for vehicular and pedestrian traffic. The borough is waiting a response from NJDOT on our request to shift the application of the $215,000 grant for the bridge to the approach roadways, Patriots Way and Overlook Ridge. Federal funding remains a possibility, and the cost is still $5.66 million. Replacement of the traffic box. John has yet to hear from Randy from the county on the cost to relocate the traffic signal that sits in the way of our electronic sign. But I did meet with the contractor down at his booth in Atlantic City, and he told me he was going to have a number back to the county at the end of that week. So you want to make that phone call again.
Yeah, I made it earlier today, so
Okay, because-
we'll keep hammering.
Okay, they indicated a large number to me, but he wasn't sure.
We'll see.
Okay, very good.
Never small.
Pedestrian safety improvements for Navajo Way to Thunderbird Drive. John, can you pick up on that? That's the sidewalk project?
Yeah, I understand that the council made a decision in closed session on that, and I would like an audience with the council during the next available closed session. I have some ideas to move that forward.
Okay, thank you so much. Yeah, we want to get that program on the road. We have one resident who is a stickler about an easement issue, so 2021 road program, all the roads have been paved. For this year, the contractor is scheduled to perform minor drainage work next week throughout the borough. The digital sign, Boswell sent an email to the county for the cost, as I just indicated, and we're still working on the placement of the stonework.
Yeah, we have a couple of opinions on how far the stonework should go. We have to resolve those opinions. The mayor has an opinion. The DPW has an opinion for access. So we have to resolve those opinions.
We have to remember that in between these two sides, there's access area to repair any electrical issues
Right.
or replace any of the boxes inside the system.
Correct.
Downtown traffic study. We've been asked to study the effect of a connector road between Terhune Street and I-287, and northbound entrance, exit ramps on West Oakland Ave. The results show that the connector road would have a positive effect on the 202 West Oakland Avenue Yalpo intersection. The final written report will be submitted this month. Franklin Avenue signal. The county came in and changed the signal in the traffic box at Franklin Avenue, Rampo Valley Road, and there seems to be no problems anymore, which is good. We were having an issue with the traffic coming down Franklin Avenue would get a green light for about 21 seconds, and the traffic going on Rampo Valley Road would have a 3-minute green light. So the traffic would queue up on Franklin Avenue until people thought somebody had, car broke down. But it was the traffic light that wasn't moving. So they changed the signal. Even though they came down and checked it out, they said they saw nothing wrong with it. So they just changed it because the complaints continued to come in.
Well, Councilman Pignatelli will give us an update on that
Absolutely.
as it goes on.
Absolutely.
6 o'clock, you don't drive 202 southbound.
For sure.
Okay, Iroquois Avenue Water Distribution Pump Station, bids were received Monday, and they were well within the engineer's estimate. That job includes 2 new pumps, new electric service, and a generator for the emergency usage. And the only thing outstanding, John, I'm going to ask you to report on, because I don't know the real particulars of the opening of the bids for the decommissioning of the sewage treatment plants, but I understand they didn't come in very good.
Yeah, yes, Councilman. So we received 5 bids on the decommissioning project. They ranged in prices from the apparent low bidder of $5.5 million all the way up to $8.5 million. Our estimate was between 4.4 and 4.8. So the apparent low bidder is at 5.5. I don't want to say too much in public because we're currently reviewing the bids. Boswell, Kevin Boswell, Giselle, we're evaluating the bids. We have to evaluate them within the context of the I-Bank funding for it. And I really don't want to say too much. We just received the bids yesterday. We identified some of the big ticket items, so to speak, in the apparent low bidder, and we're working on resolution to possibly, get it within the range that the borough, that's more favorable to the borough. Thank you.
Thank you very much, John. And as far as historical and cultural, we haven't received an update on the layout of the new street house replacement building as yet. Margaret Hickey from Connolly and Hickey has been having some issues with labor, I guess, Rich?
Yeah, we should see something by the end of this month.
Okay, very good. Thank you so much. That's my report, Mayor.
Thank you. Councilman?
Thank you, Mayor. Quick update from the library. Been asked to mention that the in-person holiday concert was held yesterday, and it was a great success. They're positive about having more of these events going into the new year. Also, as a reminder, the library has a 3D printer and can handle small print jobs on behalf of patrons. Anyone interested in finding out more about this and that program, give the library a call. That's it.
Thank you.
Mayor, I had one more important piece of information. Under public safety, I just want to remind everybody that Santa Claus is coming to town on December 18th. You can find more information on that at the Oakland Fire Department website. That's oaklandfd.org, and there's also a link to it from the borough website. And Santa's going to be at 1020 on Andrew and Comanche Trail on the north side of town. He's going to be starting at 1020 at Stone Fence and Martha Place on the south side of town.
Great, thank you.
There you go.
Thank you. And with that, a motion to open to the public.
So moved.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Anybody else wish to speak this time? You could come up again if you want. You're welcome to.
Motion to close?
So moved. Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
All right, both members of the Finance Committee are out tonight, so I'll read the bills resolution. Bills already paid, total bills already paid, $298,024.36. There are bills to be paid having to do with capital, water operating, and sewer and other trusts in the amount of $442,928.63.
So moved.
Second?
And as long as you read the bills list, you can vote. Roll call.
Councilman Bialek.
Yes.
Councilman Kumalo.
Yes.
Councilman Pinicelli.
Yes.
Councilman Slasinski.
Yes?
Motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
The next meeting will be held on Monday, that's Christmas week, that's why we're doing it on Monday, December 20th, 2021, and I look forward to seeing you, and if I don't see you, have a very happy holiday season.
Yeah, I think it's good.
Same thing I can help you with.
Yeah. We have from Bob Orr.
She's left.
So did you order
Linda.
set with you with everything that's behind it?
Oh, if you don't.
No, but my wife does. I buy everything. And then she, I got the private gas, and my wife buys stuff, she's gonna order this. So every day. The biggest problem is getting rid of all the boxes. Boxes are piling up at my house.
Steve has become an Amazon nut.